going on, guys? It's Michael Causey here with Darkhorse Warehouse's very first episode of Trackside Conversations with our first guest, Anthony Burroughs. Anthony, how are we doing?
Pretty good, man. Happy to be here. I haven't really done an interview like this before. From St. Peters, Missouri. I've lived here my whole life. It's like right outside St. Louis. Graduated high school a couple years ago. Right now I'm in community college, so I've been doing the iRacing College Series.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you. This is a cool little thing we're doing. It's going to be primarily, online because we can't really go out and meet with everyone. So it's just a little get to know you. Highlights short trackers, grassroots, karting, and even sim racing. So we're gonna start it off with a sim racer, and I figured no one better than my buddy. What are your goals for Road to Pro Round 2, and where do you see yourself ending up?
I think, the obvious ultimate goal is to make it in the Coke Series. I was in there end of 2021 as a replacement, but I've never legit made it in before. So yeah, my ultimate goal is to make it in this year. And even just getting back in the Pro Series at the end of Road to Pro, you got to get top 20 in points in this round 4. I think that'd be a good goal to have too. But yeah, I think everyone's goal is to get in the Coke Series, and if I can do that again, I'll be pretty stoked.
You got a really good shot. You finished 5th at Mid-Ohio, right? 10th in points. I know top 20 make it. So I think 6 races left this round in round 2, and you'll make it to contender. Tell us what it's like been working with your team. You've had some really fast trucks. You drive for Nexus Esports, and just tell us about your teammates, and tell us about how the camaraderie works within such a competitive series like it is right now.
Yeah, they're an awesome group of guys to work with. I was with them from 2019 up until end of 2021. They're a really chill group of guys. We joke around a lot and everything, but when it's time to get serious and really work on the trucks and setups and everything, like they know how to do that, and they know how to bring a fast setup to the table. So yeah, it's a really laid back environment. I really like it. We got some really good drivers over there. So it's really good kind of getting faster, basing myself off of them. But
Definitely.
Yeah, really enjoy working with them.
Awesome, man. So we know you love sim racing, you love NASCAR and all that, but I've noticed from your Snapchat and your social media, you've been playing a lot of golf lately. Before that, me and you always love basketball too. So just tell us, what are your favorite things to do in your free time?
My favorite thing right now has been bowling. I was really into it as a kid, and I think January or February this year I got really into it. So I do that like once a week probably, but I picked up golfing in the past couple weeks. I'm really not that great at it, but I guess you gotta start somewhere. So it's just something fun to do. Do a little basketball here and there as well. I don't play as much as I used to, but yeah, those are probably the 3 main things I'd say.
Excluding yourself, what would be your top 3 bets to place on the Road to Pro race at Pocono? Let's say you're split. Let's say it's the same people that you race with at Mid-Ohio, and let's say you can bet on Road to Pro. What would be your top 3 bets?
I'd say for the win, I'm honestly going to go Botafuco again. I know he won at Mid-Ohio. Just seeing how he's been so far for Pocono, they're extremely fast, and he's really fast at any type of track. So I'd say bet on him to win. Trying to think of who else in my split. Honestly, Spencer Kostowicz, he led most of Mid-Ohio too. I think him getting a top 5, top 10 would be a safe bet too. Daniel Eberhard as well. I could easily see him getting top 5 or even competing for the win. I think he's a very underrated driver. So yeah, I'd say those are probably the 3 safest to go with.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. So Anthony, how much practice goes into a typical Road to Pro race?
Number of laps. I usually do 400 to 500, maybe a little less sometimes, just kind of depending on the track, if it's like a road course. But overall, I'd probably say I put like 6, 7, 8 hours into it. I know a lot of guys maybe do a little more than that, like 10 to 15, but notice maybe like 6, 7 hours is all I usually need. And Yeah, most of my practice comes from doing the C Open races. I find it easier to figure out what you need by being in a racing environment rather than just kind of testing by yourself. So I usually do those races instead. That's what I've been doing this week, especially considering Pocono is a drafty track. So
Yeah, definitely. Is it been more beneficial for Pocono to stay in the draft and save your tires and suck up on the straightaway to kind of recoup for maybe going slower through the corners?
yeah, I don't really think tire saving is going to be as big as some other tracks because drafting and track position is huge. Going for passes is going to be tough unless you have someone kind of bump drafting behind you. It's going to be pretty tough going to the inside and kind of making a move on someone. So, yeah, I think the keys to the game are just track position and kind of staying out front, I guess, and having draft.
If you were to make Coke at the end of this season, what Coke team would you want to drive for?
Oof. A lot of good options. I think Stewart Haas would be pretty cool. Just kind of growing up a Tony Stewart fan my whole life. I mean, Williams Esports would be pretty sick too, considering they're a Formula One team. So yeah, probably one of those two.
Just talked about Tony Stewart a little bit. So who's your favorite driver?
All-time Tony Stewart, but currently I'd say it's Austin Cindric.
Do you have a favorite Xfinity or truck driver?
Xfinity, it's a toss-up between Sheldon Creed and Chandler Smith, and then trucks. I don't know. I really can't think of anyone in trucks, really. I guess Corey Heim, I'd say.
All right, we're going to get into some technical questions, Anthony. So what characteristics in a car do you like?
I'd say really for any track, I need it to be really free. Like, I can't really drive tight race cars. I need the back end to kind of step out, especially coming off the corner. I need lots of power in it too. So,
definitely.
Yeah,
like you like the Gen 4, and I know that from racing you a lot of times in that. That's my favorite car as well. But yeah, so leading into that, I'm guessing your favorite car would be Gen 4, huh?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Gen 4, definitely. Gen 4 and Xfinity, I'd probably say.
What's your favorite track on iRacing?
There's probably like 4 or 5 I could name. I'd say my ultimate favorite's Nashville Fairgrounds. I love Richmond. What's another one? Fontana's always fun as well. I think Rockingham as well.
Yeah, the Rock is fun. You're gonna have to give me some tips. That's probably my worst track. Last thing we're gonna talk about, nothing to do with racing. What kind of music do you listen to?
I've always been really into rap. Specifically, I guess not really rap, but hyper pop is what I've been into the last year or two. So guys like Midwest, Eric Doa, like those kind of guys. They're not as well known, I guess, but
what's your favorite sports teams? It's baseball first.
St. Louis Cardinals for sure.
About football?
I don't really keep up with the NFL too much, but I'd say the Chiefs just because they're the closest to me. It used to be the Rams until they moved away. So I'd say the Chiefs.
Yeah. Basketball. I know this one, I think.
Yeah, Indiana Pacers for sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite NHL team?
Definitely the Blues, just for St. Louis.
Well, thank you for coming out, Anthony. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We've been buddies for a long, long time. And as soon as I kind of had the idea and the vision for this company, I was like, I gotta get with Anthony. We partnered. And I think for the rest of the Road to Pro season, it's going to be a lot of it for sure. So we'll be partnered here at Darkhorse for a minute. And is there anything you want to say to anyone who might be watching?
Yeah, just big shout out to you, obviously, for hopping on board and having me on the podcast. So yeah, hopefully I can put it in victory lane tomorrow night, or at the very least bring home like top 10 or something to work towards getting in pro. So yeah, thank you again.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's been awesome working with you. Hopefully we can stay partnered when you make it to Coke at the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. You can catch Anthony at, I think, 9 o'clock Eastern. He'll be doing race number 2 of round 2 for Road to Pro at Pocono Raceway. Where can we watch that, Anthony?
So there's FTF_GG on Twitch for one of the splits, and then Fireball Talks NASCAR for the other split. I'm not too sure what split I'm going to be in quite yet, but yeah, those are
we'll
broadcasts.
We'll update you guys as soon as we find that out. But yeah, you can catch Anthony at 9 Eastern. on FTF or FTN. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.